Welcome back as we learn more about the shooting, the suspect, and how any of this is related. We also want to get some context from law enforcement.
We want to bring in Eric Jackson, the former special agent in charge of the FBI Dallas office. Eric, let's start with the investigation. So far, we have seen a lot of moving parts, even changing details like the number of dead. As someone who knows how this process often works, what should people know about how investigations like this play out?
Well, the first thing, as I talked about earlier today, it is so important for law enforcement not to be ahead of the investigation. And what I mean by that is that you're putting out theories of things that you think may be real or may not have been proven yet. That's why it's so important to take the investigation step by step and go slow, methodical, give out accurate information every time, because if you're not giving out accurate information, you're causing the public to lose trust in law enforcement. So I know that there were some concerns that law enforcement is not sharing immediately. That's on purpose, to make sure that accurate information is being put out.
And Eric, something that we heard a lot about at the press conference today was the increase in threats and acts of violence against federal law enforcement. Can you speak to that?
Yeah, threats against federal law enforcement have been around since right after 9/11 and the arrests of looking for al-Qaeda suspects and things like that. Whenever law enforcement is focused on a mission, there are going to be individuals who are going to look negatively at the actions of law enforcement, and that's why it's so important in law enforcement that your reputation is so important to show the public that you're doing this because not based on political rhetoric or anything like that. You're doing it because it's your job to protect and serve the people of your community.
Eric, one of the interesting details I think here is that this is the second recent shooting where the shooter apparently wrote something on the bullets. Is this something you've seen before, and how useful might that be to investigators?
Yeah, one of the things we always talk about is copycats, people who see something and they decide that they're going to utilize that same type of rhetoric or mission or item to show that they have the same concerns. One of the things that law enforcement is going to do, which is important, is they're going to look at those items with the information about ICE written on them. But another thing they're going to do is they're going to compare the writing of the suspect that committed this and the writing on that, just to make sure that that is that individual's writing. Again, it's important for law enforcement not to get ahead and to show things that may prejudice the community or things like that. It's really important to understand exactly what information you're putting out, how the public is going to receive that information, and is that information truthful?
Yeah. All right. Eric Jackson, former special agent in charge of the FBI Dallas office. Thank you so much for your time tonight.
You're welcome.